This is the story of the Lakers dynasty heist and what happened to Derek Fisher's championship rings. I want y'all to imagine winning 5 NBA championships, right? Imagine spending over a decade helping build one of the greatest dynasties in basketball history. Now imagine every championship ring you've ever earned disappearing in like 3 hours. Not just one ring, not two, all 5. That's exactly what happened to former Lakers point guard Derek Fisher in one of the strangest unsolved sports crimes ever. More than $300,000 worth of jewelry vanished from his LA home, including every championship ring he won alongside Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. Nearly a decade later, the rings are still missing, and the biggest question remains, was this a random burglary, or did somebody know exactly what they were looking for? By the end of this video, we're going to break down how the robbery happened, why investigators believe the thieves targeted Fisher specifically, and why they think, and pretty much why these championship rings may be impossible to ever sell without getting caught up.
The LAPD is trying to figure out who robbed Derek Fisher.
Yeah, the former LA Laker and former head of the New York Knicks was not home when robbers broke in. That was yesterday morning. Those burglars apparently got away with $300,000 in jewelry. So far, no arrest.
So on a Monday morning in June 2017, Derek Fisher had left his LA home about 7:30 in the morning. Nothing seemed unusual. The former Lakers champion had expected to be gone for only a few hours. But sometime during that short window, somebody made their move. And when Derek Fisher returned approximately 3 hours later, he immediately realized something was wrong. Somebody had broken into the house through a side door. The intruders didn't spend hours searching their property. Instead, they appeared to know exactly where to go. Investigators had later determined that the burglars focused primarily on Derek Fisher's master bedroom. All the drawers were open, there were valuables taken, and among all the expensive jewelry inside the house, one collection stood above the rest: Derek Fisher 5 NBA championship rings. These rings represented Derek Fisher's championship with the Lakers in 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, and in 2010. The physical symbols of one of the greatest dynasties in NBA history, basically. Think about that for a second. Those rings weren't just expensive pieces of jewelry. They were basketball history. I mean, they represented championship parades, game-winning shots, Kobe Bryant's rise, Shaq's dominance, Phil Jackson's dynasty, and Derek Fisher's role in all of it. Yet in a matter of minutes, they were all gone. Now, this is where the story becomes fascinating. Most burglaries are crime and opportunity. A thief enters your home, grabs whatever he looks valuable, but investigators quickly notice something unusual. The burglars seemed laser focused. They found the rings, they took high value items, and they disappeared before anybody could react. That raised an important question. Did somebody know Derek Fisher was leaving? Did somebody know where the rings were stored? Or was it simply an incredibly lucky burglary? Former athletes have often been targeted because criminals pretty much know they possess rare collectibles, watches, jewelry, and memorabilia. But in Derek Fisher's case, it felt different. The timing was almost perfect. I mean, we talking 3 hours, no confrontation, no wasted movement, just enough time to get in and get out. If the burglars specifically wanted the rings, then somebody may have known far more, about the house than investigators ever discovered. Here's where the mystery gets even stranger though, y'all. Championship rings aren't easy to sell. In fact, they might be among the hardest stolen items in the world to move, because every ring is customized. Players' names is engraved on them. The championship year is visible. Many include jersey information and team-specific details. So collectors know exactly what authentic rings are going to look like. Auction houses know exactly what authentic rings are going to look like. Law enforcement know exactly what authentic rings are going to look like. Unlike cash, these items leave a trail. So if somebody suddenly tried to sell Derek Fisher's championship ring publicly, there would be immediate questions. Where did they come from? How did they obtain it? Are they authentic? Are they stolen? The reality created a major dilemma for whoever took them. The rings were incredibly valuable, but they were also incredibly recognizable. It's almost like stealing a famous painting. You may own it, but can you ever safely sell it? That's much harder. Some investigators believe the rings could have ended up in a private collection. Others wondered if they had been broken apart for their materials. Some simply believe they were sitting somewhere hidden, never to be seen again. The LAPD later investigated intensely. Leads were followed, evidence was examined, but despite the attention around the case, bro, no arrests were ever made. Years done passed, more years done passed, still nothing. No rings, no suspects, no major breakthroughs. This case slowly transformed from a high-profile burglary into one of sports history's lingering mysteries. For Laker fans, that's what makes the story so frustrating, is that those rings aren't just Derek Fisher's property. They represent unforgettable memories and moments in franchise history. The Kobe and Shaq three-peat, the Redemption Championship, 2009 and 2010. I mean, we talking about iconic moments that shaped an entire generation of basketball fans. Yet the most recognizable symbols of those achievements vanished within a trace. I think the strangest part of Derek Fisher's story isn't that the rings were stolen, it's that they vanished so completely. In an era where almost everybody leaves some type of digital footprints, you got 5 championship rings tied to one of basketball's most finest and famous dynasties disappearing and simply evaporated. Maybe they hidden in somebody's private collection on the low. Maybe they locked away somewhere nobody would ever think to look. Or maybe one day, years from now, somebody will stumble across them and finally solve the mystery. But until then, Derek Fisher's 5 Lakers championship rings remain one of the most fascinating unsolved stories in NBA history. I'm Seven Mitchell with Lakers Land. If you enjoyed this Lakers mystery, hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know which Lakers story I should cover next. Peace.